What's up everybody, welcome to RebelTech. So as you guys can see behind me, I am running a triple monitor setup. 4 monitors with this screen. It does look very cool, but is it actually worth it? So in today's video, I'm just going to go over all the good and the bad aspects about a multi-monitor setup. Do you live in South Africa and want to get yourself some awesome new gaming products? Well, check out RebelTech. They have extremely low prices and stock all the major brands like ASUS, MSI, Gigabyte, Corsair and many more. They also have the new Ryzen Threadrippers in store, and when you purchase any selected ASUS ROG monitors, you will get a copy of PUBG for free. So check out the link in the video description to go visit RebelTech. Firstly, let's go over all the good aspects about a multi-monitor setup. And the first one being, it looks cool. Obviously, having more than one monitor, it adds more to your gaming setup and it just looks cool. Honestly, nobody will ever say your setup doesn't look cool if you have more than one monitor. Secondly, it is the real estate you get. So normally with one monitor, you're fixed to only one tab open at a time, but with 3 monitors like this, you can have 3 windows open at a single time. You can switch between stuff more easily. You don't have to minimize anything. So for instance, with my video editing, I have my preview window on my left, my timeline in the middle, and all my effects and all the files in the right window. So with all of that, I don't have to minimize anything. I can just move my mouse over to the next monitor and then just continue my work. So having a multi-monitor setup like this, it is going to help your production work and just reduce time. And then the third reason is for gamers. So with a multi-monitor setup, you are able to create one single huge monitor with NVIDIA's control panel. So you can spread your entire game over all 3 of the monitors. You're not limited to just a single one. I have to say, this does increase your gaming experience a lot. It just helps enhance everything and just makes the gameplay more enjoyable. Now, with that being said, you do also get ultra-wide monitors, but the thing with ultra-wide monitors, they're usually not, let's say you have one ultra-wide, it's not the entire width of, let's say, 2 monitors. It's usually about 1.5 monitors. But also with that being said, the ultra-wide monitors do look kind of a bit nicer, and if you only have 2, you are gonna get rid of that bezel in the middle, which can get annoying if you want to game with 2 monitors, because the bezel is going to be right in the middle of your crosshairs, so you won't be able to really aim with that. But you can always just use 3 ultra-wide monitors to enhance your gaming experience even more, but that is a tiny bit of an overkill. And that's it for the good aspects of a multi-monitor setup. There are a few small ones extra, but these are the most important ones. And now let's get into the bad aspects, and unfortunately there are a few more than the good ones. So the first bad aspect about a multi-monitor setup is the fisheye effect, or the magnification on the sides of the screen. This is usually if the game is not optimized for such a wide resolution. Some games do handle it better than others, but for instance, Counter-Strike Go does get the magnification on the side quite a lot, and it can get a bit annoying. Usually you don't look that far to the sides to really notice it, but sometimes you do get it out of the side of your eye and it is kind of a bit distracting. But again, it does at least enhance your gaming experience a bit more. With Witcher, for example, it was very nice to game with the multi-monitor setup. And then the second problem is you do need a strong system to handle all of that pixels. Now, usually if you have a single 1080p monitor, it only has to render out that 1080p. But now if you have 3, you're gonna have to render out 3 1080p resolutions. So it does need a lot stronger system to be able to run the multi-monitor setups. For mine, I have 1600 by 900 monitors, so it's not even full HD monitors these. And with my GTX 1060, usually if I go for the full triple wide screen, I lose about 30 frames. So in some games that can be a lot, especially in high resolution games like, let's say, The Witcher or games like that. So you want to be able to at least play the games over 60 FPS, otherwise it's not going to be really worth it. And also with that being said, if you want to use 3 4K monitors, that's gonna really struggle. You're gonna need something at least like two 1080 Ti's to be able to do that, and then sometimes you won't even be able to get 60 FPS with those two 1080 Ti's. So if you want to run 3 4K monitors, like I said, you're gonna need a very, very strong system. With most of these graphics cards these days, you're gonna struggle. We'll have to wait to see what graphics cards come out to improve on the 4K. Then the third problem is the bezels in the middle. Now, bezels can get very annoying. You do get some monitors that have very, very thin bezels, but they usually are a lot more expensive as well. Now, if you do only have two monitors with relatively thick bezels, you are going to struggle because your cursor and the middle of the screen is going to be between those bezels. And this is going to be very, very annoying because you won't be able to see where you are aiming, and it's just going to cut it right there in the middle. And because of those bezels, it's going to stretch it a bit further away, and it's just going to be very, very annoying. But like I said, you do get some monitors with very thin bezels, and hopefully in a near future they bring out single monitors that have like no bezel at all. For those, you will be able to use just 2 monitors or 3 monitors and it would look excellent. Then the fourth problem with a multi-monitor setup, and probably the thing that irritates me the most, is the cables. Now, usually you only have your display cable and your power cable for the monitor, and 2, so now multiply that by 3. So 6 cables to manage. It can get a bit annoying if you don't have a lot of space. Most people run it through the wall if they have drywalling, but for like most people here in South Africa, we have brick walls, and just to drill a hole through that, it's not really a viable option. Now, if you do have enough space, you can hide the cables behind the monitor that goes to your PC, or you can take it at the back to the bottom and then just connect it there to your PC. But for something like this, where my PC is on the desk, there's a lot of cables just going to that side, and it can get a big mess over there. Then the fifth problem is it takes up a lot of space. Now, I have relatively small monitors. I only have 20-inch monitors here, and they all already take up more than half of my entire 2-meter desk. And not everybody has a 2-meter desk. Usually they're a bit smaller, and if you have a lot of stuff on your desk as well, it is gonna take up too much space and you're just gonna get a cluttered desk. But now, if you really do want a multi-monitor setup and you have a small desk, you do have a few options. Firstly, you can mount your monitors to the wall, so it won't be on your desk and you won't take up any space. It's just you're gonna have to mount the monitors to the wall, which is a lot of work. Then the second option is you can get a multi-monitor stand. Now, usually multi-monitor stands, you get a single leg with 2 arms, so you can add a monitor on the left, monitor on the right, and a monitor in the middle. With those they do take up a lot less space because you only have a single leg and you don't have the 3 legs of the multi-monitors. But the problem with that is also they do get quite expensive, especially they have to be nice and strong to handle all of the 3 monitors. And with those 3 monitors, it can get a bit heavy if you go for larger than 20 inches monitors. Then the last problem is that it's expensive. Now, usually 1 monitor is already expensive enough. Now you want to get 3. For instance, mine weren't really that expensive. I already had 1. My parents had 1, which I took, and then I got a good deal on the 3rd one. I want to get all of them the exact same model, so it does look a bit better. But now you don't really need to get the exact same model. Just make sure if you want to mount it to the wall or to a monitor stand, you're gonna have to have the VESA mount compatible monitors on the back. Otherwise, you're gonna have to make a stand like these ones. Mine do have the mount at the back, but I just wanted to create like a stand for the monitors to help just enhance the desk a bit more. And now again, if you want to go for something like a triple 4K setup, that's gonna be very, very expensive. So I wouldn't really recommend it. If you do have the money, you can go for it. But again, you're gonna need an extremely strong system to run all 3 of those 4K monitors. Now, as you guys can hear, there are some good aspects about a multi-monitor setup, but there's a lot more problems with having triple monitors. They are very nice for work. They make your life so much easier, especially if you do like video editing or handle multiple spreadsheets at a single time, or even, let's say, trading, stuff like that. But with that, you are going to have to be prepared to handle all of the problems and the downsides with the multi-monitor setups. Now I am lucky enough to have a big enough desk to handle all of the 3 monitors, but like I said, not everybody is able to, and sometimes they ask me if they could rather get like a big TV, like a 50-inch TV to handle and do all of their work on. Now you can get a 50-inch TV and do your work on that and game as well. It's not going to be as good because it does have more input lag. But the problem with that is you're still only limited to, if you have a full HD monitor, it's still only 1920 by 1080, so you're limited to that. With a multi-monitor setup, you have 3 monitors to work. It's not the space really, it's the more pixels you have. So with a multi-monitor setup, you're just able to open up more windows at a single time to work on. But again, you do still get an ultra-wide monitor if you don't want to get a triple monitor setup. Now, the nice thing about the ultra-wides is, like I said, they don't have the bezel, they don't take up that much more space, and they are very, very nice to game on. And I know like Samsung is bringing out a super ultra wide 49-inch ultra wide monitor that's like the width of 3 standard, I think 20-inch monitors, which is gonna be crazy. I would like to try that one out to see if it actually is better than standard triple monitor setup. But now personally for me, I don't think I'll ever move away from the triple monitor setup. It's just so much easier to work on. I have used single monitors before, like 144Hz monitors, which are very nice, and I've also used the ultra wide monitors. I've used a 34-inch ultra wide monitor, and they are great, but you just don't get the same like feeling and the workspace that you get with a triple monitor setup. So with that, I don't think I'm ever gonna switch from a triple monitor setup, only if, let's say, like Samsung brings out that 49-inch super ultra wide monitor, and if it's not too expensive, because it's probably gonna be very expensive. But anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, and comment like always. Also, if you guys have multi-monitor setups, tell me your experience, what do you guys think. If you have ultra-wides, let me know as well. Also, if you are in the market for some new monitors, you can go check out RebelTech. I'll leave a few links down there in the description of the monitors I would recommend for like a nice triple monitor setup. I'll also throw in like some ultra-wides as well, just to spice up your desk a bit more. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, if you like this video, please like, share, comment like always, and I will see you guys next time. Cheers, guys.